Hello everyone, in the last video we saw how to create computed fields in Odoo 18. In today's video we are going to see how to create custom sequence in Odoo 18. But first of all, let's see what is custom sequence and what does it do. If we go to our very well-known cells module and create a new quotation, let's create a new quotation, add a product here. And if I confirm this quotation, then this new ord will be replaced by a sequence, a unique sequence. That thing is called custom sequence. So if I now confirm this, then look, a unique sequence code is generated. So this thing is called sequence number. But in case of our student model or any other models, let's say classes and subjects, we don't have anything like that. So in this video, I want to create a custom sequence for our student model. So go to our code editor or IDE. To do that, first of all, let's create a directory named data. This is a convention. So let's create a folder or directory named data, and inside that let's create a file named an XML file named IR sequence data. So this is just a convention. You can name it anything as you want. So I will go with the convention IR sequence _ data.xml. Now the first thing first, at first we have to mention the path of this file inside our manifest.py file. So inside this, before the security, let's add the path, which is data/ir_sequence _data.xml. Now go inside the IR sequence data.xml. As this is an XML file, so first thing we have to do is we have to mention the XML tag at first, encoding UTF-8. Now we have to use the Odoo tag. Now inside this we have to create a record. But before creating that record, I want to show you a thing. If we go to inside our settings, first of all go to the developer mode, Control K, and debug. Now we are in the developer mode. If we go to the technical section and scroll a little below, then we will see a section named sequences and identifiers, and inside this section we have a tab called sequences. If I click on this sequences, look, this is a table and we have a lot of sequence records there, and one of them is cell.order, which is basically working for our cell.order table, which we have shown a little before. Okay, so as this, we have to create a sequence record inside this table also. Okay, so the model name of this table is ir.sequence. So we have to create a record inside this ir.sequence model. So go to our IR sequence data.xml file. Now let's create that record. Mention an unique ID. I will go with a student sequence, and refer the model, which is we have shown a little before, which is ir.sequence. And inside this we have to add a name field first, name, name, and I will go a kind of unique name similar to the ID, student sequence. Then we have to create a code field. Code. This code will be used later inside a Python function, which is which is the create method, basically create method in our student model. So this code will be used later. So this code must be unique. So I will go for a student.custom.sequence. That's it. Now we have to use the prefix field. Let's at first write all these things, then I will explain everything one by one. What are all these fields and what do they do? What do they mean actually? Prefix, I will go for std, and a last field which is padding. Padding will be, I will go for 5. Now explain all these fields. The name is name. This is just the name. The code, this we will refer this ir.sequence record using this code value inside our create method. Now what is this prefix? If we go to our cells module and if we look carefully at the sequence number inside this form view, this is the sequence number. So the very first letter, this is the prefix. Now what is this padding? Well, if you see carefully inside this inside this sequence number, then after this s, if you see carefully, there are 5 digits in total. So this is the padding value. In our case, I have also mentioned 5. So in our student module, the records will have a sequence like std00001. std is the prefix and these 5 digits are the padding. So this is it. So we have created the ir.sequence record. Now we have to go to our student.student model, and we have to go to specifically inside the create method. And after this for loop, what we have to do, we have to use this vals dictionary. And well, I have forgotten one thing. First of all, inside this method we have to create another field, and the name of which is sequence. I'll go with the name as sequence. You can name it as anything you want. So I will go with sequence, and as this is a character field, so I'll go with the character method, and I'll go with the string value as sequence. That's it. Now we have to use this sequence field inside this create method, access the vals dictionary, as we will get the access of all the fields inside this vals dictionary. So I will access the vals dictionary and access the sequence field via the key name as sequence. Now inside this we have to access this model, this sequence table. So how would we do that? We have to use the self parameter, and inside this we have to access the env dictionary, and inside this we have to pass the model name, which is ir.sequence. And in this model there is a method called next by code. And what does this method do? It basically takes the code value as its argument and give us the reference of this particular record. Well, so inside this we will use the code value and pass it as an argument. Now we have got the access of that particular IR sequence record. So now whenever a new student is created, a custom sequence will be generated, a custom sequence number will be generated for that particular student record. But we have got access the sequence field, we have got access the sequence value, but we have to show that sequence number in our tree view, in our list view and our form view, but we haven't done that yet. So go to our views.xml, go to the student list view, and inside this let's access the sequence field, sequence, and then copy and paste it inside our form view also before this name field. Now if we restart our server and upgrade our module, then let's see what happens. Now go to the ads and upgrade our module. Upgrade. So our module is upgraded successfully, and if you see carefully here, we have added a new field called sequence, but the sequence value is empty for the existing records. Now create a new student. We have got a problem here. We have got a problem, but what is the problem? We have the field sequence as an active field here, but we don't want to manually enter a sequence for this record. This sequence value should be generated automatically. So what is happening here? The reason is that we didn't mention this field as a read-only field, and we have to do this inside. If we go to the cell order views, then see here they have added this field inside h-on tag, and then added this h-on tag inside a div which is using a class named OE_title. So we have to do the same thing to basically automatically generate that sequence fields value. So let's copy this thing, and before the group let's add it here. So what we have done, we have created a div with a class named OE_title, and inside this we have created a h-on tag, and inside this we have mentioned that field, but the field name should be sequence here, and it should be a read-only field. Okay, now if we reload reload our browser, here, then see what happens. Now look, that sequence field is gone. Now whenever we click on this save button, this sequence fields value will be shown here. So let's create a new student. I'll go for Habib, and the student I'll go for ST0054, and let's keep everything as empty. Now if I click on this save button, then see we have got a unique sequence number. If we explain this, if we see carefully inside this number, this sequence number, then this is the prefix std, and this 5 digits 00001 is the padding value. So this is it. We have seen how to create a custom sequence in Odoo 18. So this is it for today. and I will see you in the next video.